Welcome to Kaywon Action Star. Watch. The movie kicks off in bustling Tokyo, Japan, spotlighting a fierce and lethal operative named Avery Grace. She's perched atop a rooftop, fully equipped for a job that's clearly not her first rodeo. Gliding like a phantom, she infiltrates a nearby building, neutralizes a guard effortlessly, and makes her way toward her objective, a man called Genji. She corners him in no time, forcing him to access a vault. Naturally, things go sideways. Another guard barges in, and chaos erupts. Avery keeps her composure, shoots Genji in the leg to hinder him, but the man's tenacious, trying to flee. Even when reinforcements arrive, Avery dispatches them like it's just another routine assignment. Eventually, she subdues Genji, finishes the operation neatly, and retrieves a flash drive he had stashed. Mission complete. Next destination: Zagreb, Croatia. Avery's back in her element, playing the part of a devoted spouse, surprising her husband David with a heartfelt anniversary present. He's elated, completely in the dark about her adrenaline-fueled assignment that likely ended several careers, or worse. To him, she's simply a caring, affectionate wife. Later, the couple enjoys a peaceful walk through town, chatting and laughing like any ordinary pair. The following day, Avery shifts back into operative mode. She checks into her agency's facility where her superior, a man named Jarvis, pulls her aside. He's probing for details about what unfolded in Tokyo. They retreat to a concealed sub-level to speak confidentially. Turns out, a high-profile assassination has left the agency stumped. Jarvis is also displeased with the minor targets Avery's been chasing, basically questioning her priorities. After hours, Avery plans a low-key day with David, some shopping, maybe brunch, just standard couple activities. But when she returns home, the place is ransacked. Alarm bells go off in her head. Her phone buzzes with a chilling call. The voice on the line informs her that David's been abducted. The captors lay out the ultimatum. She has 9 hours to swipe confidential CIA intel, or David's dead. No pressure. Fueled by desperation, Avery turns to a tech-savvy ally, Serena. Serena's task is to trace the call, but it'll take a bit. Not wanting to sit idle, Avery heads back to the agency, digging deep into classified files about something dubbed Canary Black. It's locked up tight, but she knows how to navigate restricted systems and eventually uncovers some leads. Just as she wraps up, Serena sends over a location. Avery rushes over, only to walk into a trap. There's nothing but a lone phone. It rings. The kidnapper, a man named Besknov, taunts her. Then, Avery realizes there's a bomb. With seconds ticking, she steadies herself, disables the explosive in time, and makes it out unscathed. Meanwhile, at a CIA detention center, Avery finds Agent Maxfield. She needs further access to data on Canary Black, but the intel is buried deep. Desperate, she interrogates a detained hitman linked to the case. He's stone-faced, so she gets physical, ripping a tooth from his mouth. Maxfield intervenes, but Avery overpowers him and escapes. After she's gone, Maxfield examines the extracted tooth and discovers it's hollow. Whatever was inside, Avery's already secured it. At CIA headquarters, alarms are screaming. Jarvis is alerted that Avery's gone rogue. He's tasked with bringing her in. Turns out, Canary Black isn't just a name, it's an encrypted index of undercover agents planted in major governments. If enemies obtain it, they could convert officials into traitors. To top it off, Jarvis remembers a compromising video of himself is embedded in the Canary Black files. That realization sets him on a relentless hunt for Avery. His team starts combing through Avery's history, especially David, but Jarvis keeps his cool, pretending ignorance. Avery, meanwhile, doesn't sit idle. She infiltrates Jarvis's residence and rings him from his wife's phone. She lays out the truth. David's abducted, the enemy wants classified files, and the hollow tooth was a bust. She pleads for assistance, but Jarvis, acting like he's chatting with his wife, brushes her off without slipping up. Later, Jarvis and Maxfield inspect Avery's house. Superficially, it's untouched, like nothing went wrong. But Jarvis is suspicious. He assumes the captors sanitized the place to mislead investigators. Still on the move, Avery heads to a nightclub to meet a source, hoping to obtain a roster of foreign hitmen possibly tied to the mess. From there, she tracks a shady complex linked to a known syndicate. Another vicious fight breaks out, gritty, fast, and wild. Avery annihilates the opposition and walks out spotless. Soon after, the kidnappers contact her again, smug and mocking, claiming she's come up empty. Avery fires back, telling them the hollow tooth was worthless, which only infuriates them further. In retaliation, they escalate David's torture. Hearing his agony shatters Avery, and she begs them to stop. But the villains coldly remind her, just 4 hours left. Later, Avery reconnects with Jarvis. She finally confesses, apologizing for the earlier mistrust. Jarvis fills her in. The crime scene at her place looked suspiciously pristine. He also drops a bomb. Avery's name is on the Canary Black list. In the middle of their talk, CIA agents barge in and arrest Avery on the spot. While being moved, Maxfield attempts to interrogate her about the stolen files, but gets nowhere. Then, out of the blue, their convoy is ambushed. A crew of armed attackers swarms the vehicles, ridding them with bombs and unleashing a huge detonation that shakes the streets. Miraculously, Avery survives. She snatches a weapon and dives into a fierce shootout with CIA forces. Wounded but unstoppable, she takes them down and escapes. Elsewhere, the National Security Council is in turmoil. Nathan is in a tense discussion with Bespnov, who's raging about the mayhem Avery caused and the CIA's failure to contain her. Meanwhile, Avery checks into a hotel nearby. Knowing Nathan's also there, she slips from her suite unnoticed and sneaks into his room. Inside, she receives a harrowing message about David that leaves her rattled. Soon after, Nathan returns, and Avery ambushes him. She restrains him quickly, avoiding alerting his bodyguards. She demands access credentials for the Canary Black files. Nathan resists, playing the hard case. But Avery doesn't mess around. She applies pressure, torturing him bit by bit. Eventually, he caves and gives up a password. But when Avery tries it, no dice. It's a decoy. Enraged, she knocks him out cold. Out of options, she contacts Serena for backup. Serena works her tech magic, bypassing security blocks and reconnecting Avery with Jarvis. Jarvis is hesitant but eventually agrees to help. That night, Avery meets with Serena. Together, they launch a surveillance drone and begin collecting vital intel for an all-out assault on CIA headquarters. Avery breaches the CIA network, snags every file related to Canary Black, and initiates the data transfer. Meanwhile, Nathan regains consciousness. His guards storm in, but Avery's already vanished with the intel. His aide, Elizabeth, briefs him. Avery hacked everything and downloaded the entire Canary Black database. With their secrets compromised, alarms ring across the agency. Thinking fast, Avery crashes through a window and leaps out while Serena covers her escape. CIA operatives shoot down the drone, forcing Avery into a harsh landing. Somehow, she commandeers a nearby civilian's car and vanishes into the night. Back at HQ, Nathan assesses the damage. He learns Avery successfully extracted the Canary Black data. Meanwhile, Avery and Serena finally decrypt the files, expecting blueprints or intelligence. Instead, what they discover floors them. Canary Black isn't just a codename, it's a cyber weapon designed to obliterate entire nations. Stunned, Avery preps for a rendezvous where she's supposed to get David's location. But fate intervenes, an accident delays her. When she finally arrives, it's a trap. One of Bespnov's men attacks and injects her with something untraceable. She fights back but soon collapses. At the same time, Bespnov initiates his next step. Donning a sinister mask, he seizes control of a building full of officials and issues a terrifying ultimatum. He vows to cripple internet and power infrastructure across nations that don't pay his outrageous ransom, 1% of their entire GDP. Meanwhile, Jarvis, still hunting Avery, fights with relentless force, eliminating obstacles. But his luck runs out. He's captured and dragged before Bespnov. During their confrontation, Bespnov wastes no time. He shoots Jarvis, then turns his sights on Avery. He commands his men to bring David in and prepare him for execution. Then he leaves to verify if the ransom payments are rolling in. That's when everything flips. David, supposedly bound and defenseless, lashes out, flooring a guard like a seasoned operative. Avery watches in disbelief. She had no idea David was trained. He comes clean. He's been an agent all along. The whole kidnapping, the virus, everything was part of a covert mission to access the Canary Black files. But the plan spiraled. Despite the lies, he insists his love for Avery was genuine. Shattered but resolute, Avery chooses to trust him, for now. They unite to stop Besknov before he unleashes the virus. While searching, Avery stumbles upon Jarvis's body. The sight stings, a grim reminder of the stakes. David, meanwhile, sabotages the building's systems, crippling the network. Avery slips into the lower levels and overhears Besknov's crew plotting their next strike. Without pause, she ambushes them, taking them out one by one. In the midst of the chaos, Besknov demands his tech team reignite the virus, hoping to undo David's interference. Avery sprints after the lead hacker, triggering a gunfight. She takes him out, but Besknov, bloodied but unyielding, orders the virus to launch anyway. Knowing time's up, Avery throws herself at him in a savage duel. Both wounded, they push through the pain, fighting with sheer grit. Just as the upload nears completion, Avery defeats Besknov and yanks the plug, halting a global meltdown by mere moments. Afterward, David approaches, emotionally wrecked. He pleads for forgiveness, reaffirming his love. But Avery is done. Wordless, she returns her wedding ring and walks away. David, devastated, vanishes into the shadows. Soon after, CIA agents and Security Council operatives storm the site. Avery is detained and locked in an interrogation room. Nathan shows up, hurling accusations nonstop. Avery sits still, expression unreadable, giving him nothing. Finally, a composed woman enters. She presents Avery with an offer, a position with MI6. If she accepts, all charges will disappear. The future remains uncertain, but one thing's clear, Avery's still in the game. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel for more beautiful recaps like this. Put down your comments below to let me know what you think about the turn of events in this storyline. And also give my video a thumbs up to further motivate me. Share too for others to enjoy. Until my next recap, cheers!